We're live.
Hi, Drew.
This will be used in other classes too, so perhaps somebody besides Drew is out.
Drew from another class.
For imperative verbs, we are expressing commands. And to use a verb as a command, think of anything that you tell your dog or your cat to do. Get down, stand up, eat, come in, stop barking, things like that. So this is anything that you tell your dog, your cat, or perhaps your small child to do. That's what an imperative verb would be. Well, any small child. I mean, it doesn't matter how... What's that? All right. So a command, essentially, in English, has an exclamation point attached to it. Okay, it's a way of telling somebody to do something, right? With some sort of sense of urgency in your voice. Now, with a command, you can command one person. Sit down. I'm just kidding.
I get it.
Or, right. So if there's a command for one person, it's called singular. You can use the one on the back table, it's easier. But if you have a command for more than one person, it's called, you ready? A plural command. An example of a command that you actually already know, salvete. Right? Salvete discipuli. Literally, this verb means be well. So, be well, discipuli. That's how we start each class. Isn't that sweet? Yes.
Be well.
Yes. No, it's actually an interjection. It's like saying OMG or Heavens to Murgatroyd or something like that.
LOL.
Same idea. Yeah. Yes. Yes. You also know another one. What other command do you know? You actually know two from the text. You know salvete and valete. Yes, you know abite, as in abite.
I have one. Ferte auxilium.
Yep. Which other people also had shared too. Don't worry, I heard you as well. Ferte auxilium. The command here is just the ferte. You've seen one other one, yeah. Yes, descende.
Or sex. No.
And then what else? Remember when we warned Sextus that the branches were weak? Kawe, right. So these are all commands that you've already seen before. So now the question is, how do we go from a regular verb that you already know to the command form of a verb? So that's what we're going to work on today. So,
Do they all end with T?
no?
Gende, Kawe.
Fair time.
Do they all end with B?
Yeah,
Ooh.
Yeah.
most of them. Okay, so creating imperatives. The first kind of command that we're going to start with are actually something called positive commands. What do you suppose a positive command wants you to do? Well, let's put it this way. Descende sexte. Is that a positive command or a negative command?
Positive.
Are you telling him to do something or to not do something?
Oh.
To do something, so this is positive. So that's the type of imperative that we're going to be creating first. When you want to command somebody to do something. Okay, so within positive commands, as you can tell, we have singular and plural varieties. So, To form the singular, it's really quite easy. You're going to take the infinitive, the to form of a verb. Remember the to form? Yes? And then you're going to take off, that's a subtraction sign, the RE. Bam. That's your singular imperative. Let's use dormire since it's on our mind. If we're going to command someone to sleep, which, you could do for a dog or a small child, right? We're going to start with dormire. Take off the RE. Dormi. What if I wanted to command someone to climb? Like to climb up a tree? Say it again? Ascende. Right. So that's how we got to descende. So we're going to go ascendere minus the RE gives us ascende. Good. The verb cavere means to be careful. Cave. Be careful. I try.
So does the RE mean two?
Yeah, essentially. All right. We have a couple of notable exceptions. Exceptions to this rule. But they're fun exceptions.
One exception.
4, yay, not 6.
You ready for the roundup of exceptions?
Heck yeah, I am.
You're going to love it. Duke Deek Fuck Fair. Duke. Deek. Fuck. Everyone loves that one. Fair.
What do they all mean?
Duco ducere. Do you know what this verb means? What's that? Duke. Lead. Deek.
Follow.
Speak.
I was like dictate.
You do know faccio facere.
To make or do.
Right, so what's the command?
To do.
Make. Or
Oh yeah, I did too.
do.
Or
I don't know how you would command someone to do.
Dude.
But you could say like, fuck, you could say fuck kick, do this. Fuck kick. Yeah.
I get your
how would you
joke.
say make do?
Make do, like compromise, like deal with what you have kind of thing.
Yeah, would you just say make do?
No, because it has a different sense, that do, versus this. It's the command.
You're not going to command someone to make you do something.
Right, but you can command someone like,
Don't
deal with it, let it go. All right, and then what do you suppose fair is the command to do?
Carry.
Carry, right.
Very carry.
Oh my god, I just bring in my mind.
Fair, bring. So in English, what do you suppose the verb transfer means?
Bring across.
Bring across. Transfer this document. It's actually a command. I know. What about, remember we talked about Ray and Pharaoh? To bring
Carry
back?
back.
So to refer. Bring this back. Refer me. Yeah.
This is why I
All right. I am going to take a picture of the board so that we can add this to our notes because I am going to erase it in just a second.
We should do a Kahoot.
Nancy, we should put you in the group chat.
Yeah. When you
Not advisable. Not advisable.
We didn't know their soccer trainer.
Unless it's like really bad to have
Oh golly.
There are lots of laws about having teachers' phone numbers. I don't care to.
Mom's phone number.
You have it because she's her mom, not because she's your teacher.
True.
Difference.
Then like if she ever becomes my teacher.
You could take her out of your phone. All right, so Duke Deek Fuck Fair. See, you're never gonna forget them.
Duke Deek Back Fair.
Duke Deek Fuck Fair.
Duke Deek Fuck Fair.
Duke Deek Fuck Fair. Okay, so we are still in positive command realm, folks. We are not leaving. We are still trying to tell people how to do things. But now I want to tell lots of people to do something. No, it's not negative.
Oh, we're still in positive.
Yeah, we're still in positive. Okay.
Oh, that makes sense. We guess here makes sense now. Because I take off the R, add T, and it didn't make sense the way he said it, because nothing made sense the way he said it.
Okay.
Because he was so bad at teaching. He was terrible.
Anisha, I've never heard this before.
The same, we've never learned this.
Okay. Good. Well, I'm glad we're here.
We learned that T.
We were just terrible students.
No,
You
all
were
we
the fine
learned.
guy.
You learned like
Yeah, we were terrible.
Swivel's watching. The plural form of a positive imperative is really fairly straightforward. You are going to take the singular imperative, the singular positive one that we already created, and add, that's an addition sign, the letters TE to it. So if I am commanding lots of people to sleep,
Dormy day. Sorry, I got excited.
it's okay. We start with dormi, and then we add te, so we get to the command dormite.
Did you want multiple people to run?
Well, hold on.
Sorry.
What if I want, now this is going to take a little bit of work here. What if I am trying to tell lots and lots of people to walk? Say it again. Ambulate, right. So this is walk to only one person. Ambula. Right? We took ambulare, we took off the RE, we made a singular form. If you add TE, now you get to the plural command where I can ask multiple people at the same time. Well, not really ask as much as tell them they have to walk.
That was such a funny Teddy Sherman
You
joke.
better walk or you're gonna be late. That doesn't make
You
sense.
better. If you ambula, you're gonna be late. Get it? It says late in it.
Oh.
It's a funny joke. Laugh at it.
Yes, Peter. Yeah.
Like a secondary.
Well, hold on. No, because you have to take off the RE from the infinitive. So, Peter inadvertently brings up a good point. You're starting with the singular imperative. You are not starting again with the infinitive. Why do that when you already have a base to put it on?
So that wouldn't be a skin.
Well, hold on. You're addressing something that we're on the precipice of getting to. All right. There is, of course, a slight modification for this when it comes to third conjugation verbs.
Third conjugation.
I think I told you from the get-go, third conjugation is a thorn in your side, right? In the third conjugation, we have a slightly different way of doing things. We're going to take the singular imperative.
Is this for all thirds?
All third.
Okay.
And in the third conjugation, the singular imperative naturally ends with an E, which is what Peter's looking at here with ascende, right? It naturally ends with an E. So with the singular imperative, you actually have to take off the E at the end
Oh yeah, you told me.
and swap it out for an I. Then you can add your TE.
I feel like I pay attention more. I think you're just terrible at being Yeah, and they expect us to look at it. Gosh. I feel like I would have been really good at Latin. I feel like I would be really good at Latin if I'd actually paid attention.
So if I'm going to ask Christina to run, here's our infinitive currere. How am I going to ask Christina to run?
Currite.
Just Christina.
Curry.
Curre. Whoops.
Hurry.
No, it's a short E, so curre. Curre. Christina, curre. Now if I want all of you to run with her, now I have to change it to Gesundheit. Currite.
Bless you.
Bless you. So we take out this E, we replace it with an I, and then we add TE. Yes? No. Not now.
Let's go for run.
If you take off for the singular, you would take off the ERE.
Uh-huh. Oh, no, just take off the RE. So the singular is formed the same way you expect it to. It's just the plural that changes it a little bit.
Like with the singular, when it does form,
The singular goes the same way. If you look in your notes, we said it's the singular is the infinitive minus the RE. Done.
I'm tricking myself.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm saying.
So how would I say, well, here's the verb, to be careful. How would I command one person to be careful?
Kawe.
Kawe.
Would you take off the alarm? Oh, never mind.
How would you tell more than one person to be careful?
Kawete. Kawete.
Kawete, right.
When there's a long mark, you don't take it off.
When there's a long mark, we don't take it off. As we said when we first met second conjugation, when our first task was to differentiate between the second conjugation and the first, we said that this macron over the E made it a much more important E than the E that was in the third conjugation. So if it's a really important E, then we have to keep it around. So it's going to stay put. Yes,
Okay, going back to my first question.
that's okay.
Sorry, it's like confusing me. So you take off the ERE and you add the RE, but like there's gonna be like 3 R's. It'll
You-
confuse.
From currere, we just took off the RE, and that's what gave us our command.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I get you.
Okay. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about positive imperative commands? No. No. All right. One more picture for Drew. Now, if you've ever had a dog, cat, or a small child, you know that sometimes they don't do things that you want them to do. In fact, you have to tell them to stop doing stuff or not to do stuff.
Just keep doing that stuff, like digging in your yard.
Right.
So in general, the second conjugation doesn't change. It stays the same. Okay.
Yeah. So here we enter the realm of negative commands. Telling someone not to do something.
I learn more grammar in here than I do in English.
Awesome.
Is that bad?
That's
No.
the whole point of
No.
You could be.
The negative commands are super easy.
Negative.
First, obviously, I want to be able to just tell one person to do something, right? I want to be able to tell, Wise not to do something, or Christina not to do something. So here is our singular command. You're going to love it. All you have to do is use the word noli and then have the infinitive. Whatever the infinitive is or was for that verb, you just pop it right in there. So 2 separate words.
What if you forget noli?
Then you just have 2 whatever. And it doesn't even make sense as a command. So what if I'm asking Alec not to sleep? How would I say, don't sleep?
So it'd be noli dormire.
Exactly.
12 hours of sleep last night.
Noli dormire. Done. What if I wanted to tell you, don't walk?
Noli amular.
So a little inside track for you. This noli thing here, this is actually the command form from the verb not want.
I don't want.
Nolo. Right. So noli is actually, noli itself is the infinitive, is the imperative, and then dormire is what you don't want the person to do. So this is don't want to sleep. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense in our English, but in our English, if I said don't sleep, that makes perfect sense.
Don't want walk.
Right. Don't walk.
No, they wife don't want sleep.
Right.
Now we're gonna get that plural.
You will be pleased to know that the plural forms of a negative command are just as easy as their singulars.
No.
If you remember what I said before, this noli thing, this is actually an imperative unto itself. So we are going to make it plural.
No.
And then you have whatever the infinitive is.
You had it in, what's it, no matter.
Epiphany.
Epiphany, that's right.
So, more than one person. Discipuli. Don't sleep.
Discipuli, noli, nolite, dormire. Not my mom. I hurt my neck. Yeah, you got it. Exclamation mark.
Not hurtful.
This is plural. This is what tells you that you're dealing with multiple people. This is the action that you don't want the multiple people to do. Yes, sir.
If it's plural, then shouldn't the infinitive also be plural?
An infinitive has infinite action. It's not tied to a person or a place. If I was saying, Discipuli, don't walk, how would I render that?
Discipuli,
Discipuli,
nolite,
You had to say nolite?
Nolite, right.
Nolite amular.
The emphasis is on the first syllable, so nolite.
The emphasis?
Lite and below.
Wait, did you say emphasis?
I did.
That's a fun way to say it.
Syllable.
I get your joke.
Good.
Emphasis. Ha, that makes
Are there any questions about negative or positive commands? All right. I will stop recording.
Bye, America.